Welcome back, episode 3 here on my channel. My name's Audrey. Thanks for checking out this video today. Today's going to be a special video because, as I mentioned in the last video, I have channeled Princess Diana for 25 years. 25 years. There's so much about that situation that caused me to write a book that I'm still working on, but it will be published. But I'm going to give you a little bit of some information story that's not going to be in the book. And it is about the royal family, basically. And before we get going, please hit that subscribe button. I'd like to get my numbers back up from when I had my old YouTube channel. I appreciate you guys being here today for this new channel I have. So I am a psychic medium, and as you saw in my preview, my intro, I do have to have a disclaimer that my psychicness is for entertainment. Now, even though I have to put that disclaimer out there that everything is alleged, everything's just for your entertainment, I will tell you I 100% believe in my gift. And it's because I've done so many readings with so many people, they confirm what I'm telling them. That's how I came out as a psychic, is because I was giving information that was correct. I don't know how I do it. I don't know how I do it. I still don't know how I do it, and that's okay. So Harry and Meghan are a big thing right now going on. And I don't want to make this a bashing of Harry and Meghan, although I would prefer they not be in my country and go at least for Harry. Even though I love the royal family, I just think it's wrong. I think it's wrong that Harry lives here. I'm sorry, I just do. Okay, nothing personal. He's bringing too much drama to our country, and our country here has enough drama of its own. One thing I want to share with you about channeling Diana. I used to take walks at work every day at lunch. So I would do a 1-hour walk. It was a few miles during my lunch hour. And for a good year, Diana was talking to me every day at lunch. It was just like my quiet time, but then she started butting in and she's like, oh, can we just talk right now? You know, I want to show you some things, and I want to talk about things, and give me information. And one day I was doing my walk. I clearly remember even where I was at walking when she told me about a nursery rhyme that she used to sing to William, or I guess it's singing, kind of, you're saying it like Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall. You know, you kind of sing it like that, but it wasn't Humpty Dumpty, but it was a specific rhyme, nursery rhyme. And I'm like, okay, that's weird. Okay, all right, whatever. Why is she telling me? Why is she telling me this kind of information? And I said, look, this is me talking to her on that walk. I said, what am I going to do with this information? What use is this information? Like, I don't mind you saying things to me, but really, why? You know, there's so many questions everyone has. Why a nursery rhyme? And so anyway, I got back to school, to my job, and I told my partner at work, I said, you know what? I wish Diana would just freaking give me something that I can use. And, you know, because I don't understand why we just have this kind of, you know, relationship like she and I had, where we're just chit-chatting. And I told my friend at work, I need something. And I don't even know what I need from Diana to make this feel okay. So we're just like, yeah, it's weird, isn't it? I don't know what that means about that nursery rhyme. And so we went on with our day. And I would say, I think it was around 2 o'clock. I think it was about an hour after I had gotten back from my lunch walk. A random truck pulls up in front of the school. And my office was right there in the front of the school. And it said something like Royal Furnishings with the Union Jack flag. Clearly British, English, United Kingdom. And I'm like, what is that? I've never seen this before. And I had lived so long in that city that I was in. I had lived there forever. And, sorry, I'm thirsty. So I'm looking at that truck and I'm just staring at it. I'm like, Janet, look. And I'm like kicking her on the side. I'm like, look, what the hell is that? And an older gentleman comes in, and he was actually British, which I don't know why that still surprises me. But I said, oh my gosh. I said, I love your truck. And he's like, oh, well, I have some carpets here I have to deliver. And, I'm like, oh, okay. I think I know which classrooms those are for. And so I went with him to take him down the hallway to classrooms which needed the rugs that he was bringing in. And we were just talking. And then I said, oh, I just love England. I love your country, blah, blah, blah. And he said, do you know what our national nursery rhyme is? National nursery rhyme. And I'm like, I don't know that there is a national nursery rhyme. And I said, the only nursery rhyme I know is the such and such. And he's like, yes, that's right. Oh, it's so great. So, every child knows this nursery rhyme or whatever. And I'm like, oh my God, I think I just got validation from Princess Diana. And I'm getting chills right now as I'm telling that story because it was freaking crazy. So I ran back to the office. I told my coworker what happened. We're just like, that's insane. That is insane. So, but I have 25 years worth of random information like that from Diana. So I want to talk about Prince Harry's behavior. When he was younger, of course, he was that rebellious boy who was, again, here in the U.S., in Las Vegas, naked. To each his own. I don't care. I don't care if he runs around naked, drunk. That's not my business, right? But he's always been pushing the envelope a little bit with his behavior. And he has certainly said some uncomfortable things in his book that was just released. And I haven't read the book, but I've heard little snippets here and there from some YouTube channels that I watch. And it's like, when I hear it, I ask Diana as I'm listening, I'm like, what's up with that? What's up with that? Why does he say that? What is he talking about? Why would he be so gross in the book? And why would his wife allow him? Yes, allow, because we know she wears the pants in the family. Why would she allow him to talk about some things, I don't know. So Diana actually came forward and told me, she's like, look, if I was alive, his behavior would have been 10 times worse than it is now. And it's like, 10 times worse than it is now? And she says, yeah, because if I was here, he would feel that as comfort, and he'd feel more comfortable with his bad behavior than he does now. So right now, we all blame Harry's behavior on him losing his mom when he was 13, right? Well, how many people on the planet and in the history of the world have lost their mothers at a young age? A lot. So that's really, you know, what do you say? Of course it's going to affect him, obviously, but he needs help. He needs help. But if Diana had not died, Harry's behavior was still going to surface. It was still going to rise to the top and overflow. And he would depend on Diana to take care of it for him. Not Charles, but only Diana. Diana to bail him out of all these different situations, to the point where she's like, when is enough going to be enough? You know, get your act together. You're 40 years old. So Diana very clearly shows me inside of Harry's mind. And again, I'm not trying to say that Harry's a bad person or he's evil. I'm not saying anything like that. We all have our own set of issues. We know that. Harry's are real. He has real issues. However, the cause of them is kind of off a little bit. So really, the problem is just within himself, Diana shows me. It's not because of brother. It's not because of father. It's not because mom died. It's not because of any ex-girlfriends or any ex-friends. It's not because of any of those outside things. This is just who Harry is. And I think I have to add allegedly, right? I have to say that. But that's exactly what Diana tells me. And she shows me. And she's just kind of like, well, you know, this is the good version, basically is what she's saying. Like he's held it in. And Diana cusses a lot, but I can't repeat exactly what she's saying. But Harry has really reined in his true self. He's ready to burst, if that makes sense. He's ready to just explode and show us all who he really is in a raw sort of way, with those emotions and those feelings and those desires. And I think it would be a lot. I think we would be really shocked at some of the things he actually thinks and believes. And I heard somewhere on YouTube, I think it was, I don't know who it was, but they were saying possibly the drugs that he has taken have something to do with that. And I'm thinking that could absolutely make someone act similarly to the way he acts sometimes. Diana tells me, though, it's not from any drugs that he's done. And, you know, there may be doctors out there or people saying, well, sorry, you're wrong. Which I know it makes sense that it could be drug abuse, brain problems. But Diana's saying, no, it's not. That's just how he is. And like I said, if she hadn't died, he would still be like this, but he would actually be even worse. And that's terrible. You know, no one wants to see their child out of control like that. And I'm not feeling sorry for him at all. I wish he would go back to England. That's where he really belongs. He doesn't belong here, you know, in the US. And I'm sure it's hard for him to be here, but I feel like people who are saying that they care about him and have his best interests at heart actually do not. And I think that's called gaslighting. I think that would apply to what I'm saying. And he's being used. It's really sad. He is being used by people. And I think his book is a product of that. And it's just absolutely horrible. And I asked Diana, like, is Harry ever going to get to the point where he's like, oh my God, I can't believe I did that. I can't believe I wrote that book or allowed that book to be written in that way. It's a little odd, the things in the book. Some people say, well, Harry's had a hard life because people have said he's not Charles's son. He looks like the other guy with the red hair. We've all heard that. And I've asked Diana many times, hoping she'll give me, in a specific, well, she does answer me specifically by saying, I'm not going to tell you. She will not tell me Harry's paternity, who his father is, if it's Charles, if it's not, some things she's just like, it's not important, not your business kind of thing. She's very blunt with me. Just, not your business. So I don't have an answer on that. Something Diana told me before we knew Meghan Markle existed. I am from California. I'm a California girl. Never heard of Meghan Markle until she came with Harry. Never heard of her show. I used to be in the TV industry. Never heard of her at all. I think she's very pretty. I think, she's very pretty, I think. But I think she has her own set of issues. But Diana told me very, very clearly many years ago, again, I have to say allegedly, Meghan wanted William. And Diana shows me this like in such a quick fashion. Just wanted William, tried to seduce, tried to get to him, has to settle. And that's a horrible thing to say. And if someone married my son because they were settling and couldn't have the other son, or, I'm sorry, you can't be in my family. That's not nice. That's horrible. How could you be like that with somebody? But Diana says very, very clearly, every time I think about it, she still confirms it. Yep, it's all about William. It's all about William. And why do you think she cannot stand Kate, Meghan? Why she has so much hate towards Kate. And that is something Diana's told me that just, I feel it 100%. The message is very clear. I cannot get that message wrong from Spirit. It translates into me very easily, and it makes a lot of sense based on Meghan's behavior now. I do not believe that Meghan didn't know anything about the royals prior to being hooked up with Harry. I don't believe that for a split second at all. Someone asked about Diana being pregnant when she died. I have asked her about that, and she says no. She shows me, sorry, I have a hair. She shows me an empty uterus, her empty uterus. So that's me translating, saying, no, she was not. She was not pregnant when she died. However, she does share with me, and she takes me over to this side and says, well, there was a baby, but it was lost. And I do not believe it was from her last relationship. It was from someone other than Dodi Al-Fayed. It was before him. So she does show me that. I've asked Diana many times about Kate and how she feels about Kate. And I'm actually surprised because Diana's kind of whatever about Kate as well. Because up until recently, I've felt really positive about Kate and William. However, I started feeling a little differently about them. I do talk about in the book that I wrote about Kate being raised like a cow, like an animal to be put out for sale to the rich prince kind of thing. You know, the parents brought up their children, the Middletons brought up their children in such a way to prepare them to hook up with very wealthy people. And I have no proof of that whatsoever. That's just my personal opinion. But that's something Diana has shown me that, what is the word I'm looking for? I mean, really, just, I can't say the word I'm thinking of. I can't say that on camera, but, really raised to be royal, raised to hook a rich man, growing up to catch a prince. It's like, put the line out. Okay, who can I catch? Who can I catch? Okay, he's not royalty, but he's super rich. And I have such a problem with that. And it's very clear to me that that's who the Middletons are. And I haven't never heard anyone say anything about that before. But for me, I can read people from even a photo. So I can watch them on video. I can look at a photo. Sometimes even just reading about someone, spirit comes in and starts going, oh, well, that's not right. That's not true. Or here's what really happened kind of thing. So I am not impressed by the Middletons whatsoever. And I do feel they raised their daughters and their son. They raised the kids up to catch a prince. Someone wrote in the comments about worried about the monarchy going away. And I can totally understand your concern for that. All the time I've spent in England, and it's just so rich in culture. And when you go into Westminster Abbey, it's insane. It's crazy. It's like these people are buried on the floor, under the floor. And there's so many famous people everywhere. I mean, the history. And I mean, you might be staying in a hotel. It's 500 years old, the building. I mean, it's crazy. I love it. I absolutely love it. And all of England is just so full of history, and everyone there knows their history. It's not like the United States. You can go into any village in England or any, what's that other word? Hamlet. You can go into a hamlet somewhere, and everyone just is so loving about their country and their village, and they're just happy about it. And I can understand why someone would be worried about the monarchy suffering or collapsing. I think at some point it will have to collapse, but I don't think in our lifetime. I do see William coming into the throne. And as well, I can see psychically, I can see George coming in, but I do think George, and I love George. I love little Georgie so much. I see George having to deal with a lot more than his father or grandfather will have to end up dealing with politically. And I think that, that's just what the universe has brought us. But I don't see the monarchy collapsing anytime soon. I think it's going to take at least another 100 years. Someone asked about Meghan's baby bumps. Baby bumps. It's hard for me to answer that because first I'll tell you my personal opinion. So this is coming from me. Something was up with that first pregnancy. I'm sorry. That was just not right. And like so many other women who have been pregnant, there was something not right about that bump and bending over. And I was thinking about that. It's like, I'm so heavy now, but when I had my first child, the day I had her, I weighed 134 pounds. I was nothing. There was nothing to me. But my point is, I still couldn't bend down like that, like Meghan does in her heels and bend down and squat down. I couldn't squat down, and there was nothing to me. But the baby bump gets in the way of squatting down. I have that problem now because I'm fat. But there's something. Maybe she was pregnant with that first baby and wanted to look further along than she actually was and added to it. I don't think she looked pregnant until after she had the baby. It didn't make sense to me because, you get that pregnancy face, right? Or, like right around here that women get and they're glowing when they have that pregnancy mask. She didn't get that till after she had the baby. So that's confusing. I mean, every pregnancy is different. Every person's different. I understand that, but I'm sorry. I'm sorry, River. I'm not 100% on that. I'm not 100% sold on that. I'm open to hearing more about it. I'm open to comments about it. And I know Lady Colin Campbell says, if I'm not mistaken, I believe Lady C says it's a fake bump. Or, there's something wrong. I mean, how could pictures don't lie? Pictures can do some stuff, but I don't know. As a woman who's been pregnant, I can't say with any certainty that was her own bump. I just don't know. And I've asked Diana so many times, and she won't say anything. She doesn't say a word, which doesn't mean she will never say a word. She may tell me in 5 years about that situation. It's not on my timeline. It's on Diana's timeline. So yeah, that baby bump. And then the second, well, I guess it's Meghan's third pregnancy, right? Because she had a miscarriage in California, apparently. So when she was pregnant with Lilibet, she looked pregnant. When she did the Oprah interview, to me, she looked pregnant, her face and stuff. She had that pregnancy look. But yeah, it's curious, isn't it? And it's like, why does it matter, Audrey? Well, it doesn't. We're just like, it's just interesting. Human psychology. Like, why would someone do that? It's entertainment, I guess, really, isn't it? So I have a lot more royal stuff I can talk about. Basically, if you guys throw out the questions, I will answer them. I will address them. Even if I don't have answers from Spirit, I will still answer or address your question or comment. It's a fun discussion. And having been to England over 20 times plus, I love talking about it. I absolutely love it there. The people are wonderful. The history, the landscape, museums. I even love the airport. I just love absolutely every single drop of England. Okay, you guys, thanks for taking time out to listen or watch this video today. I'm so happy that you've welcomed me back to YouTube, and please hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. It does not put you on any sort of list, and it doesn't cost anything, and you can always unsubscribe whenever you feel fit. See fit too, but just stay subscribed. It's better that way. If you guys want to talk about any true crime, I'm willing to talk a little bit about true crime, okay? But it's hard as a psychic medium to talk to people who've been murdered and talk about it a lot. Like, I can address things a little bit, but I can't have my life become just inundated with murder facts. It's just very upsetting to me, and my sensitivity as a psychic, it just really is affected by that depressing horror. Really, is what it is. So thanks again. Hit that button. I'll see you guys real soon. Keep the questions coming.